Good morning students, welcome you all. In the previous video we read about development, we read about the economic first chapter that we just completed. Now today we are going to start with the new chapter of political science, that is federalism. Children, if we look after the past of India, we fought with the colonial power and then after successfully we celebrated our independent countries, these policies. Now, do you know children that after this independent, whether we were independent but we were under this condition that how will run the government or how will set up the government, which policy will work out, which will helpful for the proper working of this government, which will be very fluent and all subjects should be corporate. So here we'll look after this good example of federalism which helped, but federalism also in different way at different places. We'll look after in detail. But before talking about federalism, let's discuss about the what is the meaning of federalism. Children, federalism it's a system of government. When we talk about the system of government, it means that if you remember last chapter we read about power sharing, how power sharing is important. Power sharing is important because nobody should feel or should go with the monopoly power. And here this is only one more example under the power sharing which we are discussing, which we are talking today about federalism. So federalism is also a part of that only, which lets you which type of government system is this, in which what they do, powers divided. How they divide the power? One power is with central authority and the next power is according to constituent unit of the country. Now constituent unit of the country, for that if you remember, again I am letting you that last year we read about how many members are there in the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So Lok Sabha election is according to constituent unit of the country. So this is what the country divided into provinces or state or according to constituent unit of the country. So federalism, what's it let you? It lets you that power in our country, take one example of our country, where power is divided according to central authority and of constituent unit. Okay. So federalism, it lets you division of power. Division of power where the central authority and the constituent unit of country according to. Now what type of government is that? Two levels of government it works. We'll discuss about it and where this type of government under federalism only we are talking. So federalism is of two type. Okay. First type is what? The government for the entire country. Government at level of provinces and states. And what they do? Both enjoy power independent of the other. State government has power of its own and not answerable to the center. Here we are talking that power is divided. It is one form of federalism which is here working in USA. We'll come and we'll talk about it, which type of this under the coming together and holding together. But first we'll talk about that two levels of government under federalism. Here what they let you, that there is the division according to provinces or state. It means central authority is not working. All central authority, the state government has power of its own and they are not answerable to central government. So here this type of government where we are able to see? We are able to see in USA. USA where we are able to see this type of federalism. This type of federalism will go in detail about it. The next coming slide you will come to know. Next, another type of government is what? It's called as unitary government. What it means by unitary government? Only one level of government. Subunits, subordinate. It means that central government is leading and the power of division which is there, like take example of state if it is there. So state will work subordinate to central. It means that state will not have their separate power. Okay. They will work or will help to central government. Central government can pass order to the local government. This type of government where we are able to see? We are able to see United Kingdom. Now if we'll talk about this unitary government and of the first which one we have seen the central power, these two type of governments we are able to see. Children, now before talking, this is what two type of federalism, two type of government under the federalism. Now we'll talk about the features of federalism. What happens during this when we talked about federalism. Hope with this features some points will be clear to you. Like what? What happened under the federalism? It works according to level of government. How many levels? It depends. Two or more. Like central, state, or like our India is there, third tier, that is third tier, that is local government. Okay. Each level has its own power or jurisdiction. Again, take example of India only. Central, state, and local government. Central extracted their power and given to the state government. State extracted the power and given to the local government. And these three levels and their power and jurisdiction is as according to their level. Now, jurisdiction is specified. Who specified it? They works according to the constitution. Okay, and there is constitutional guarantee of authority. It means that when constitution is giving power to any level of the government, that is specified by constitution. So here constitution, when it is specified, it means it is guarantee that you are going to get your authority. Okay, constitutional provisions can be changed only with the consent of both the level of government. It is not a single person can take or single level will do the action. It is what the both level of government should have to consent to bring the changes. So constitutional provisions can be changed only with the consent of both levels of government. Okay. Now court interprets the constitution and powers of different level of government. Supreme Court is working as the umpire if any dispute arises between any level of the government, like central to state, state to local, state to government. If any problem arises in the different level of government, who will look after this problem and disputes? Supreme Court, who works like a umpire. Now this is what under this only it is specified that which government should collect what percentage of revenue according to state, according to central, according to local. So sources of revenue are clearly specified in constitution when power is given to these three levels. Getting student? So this is what we are talking about. Under federalism, we are able to get that power and jurisdiction is given to different levels, and that levels are working according to the constitution. And who look after this all? Who is the umpire here? Supreme Court. And this constitution only has given sources of revenue, and this is clearly specified in our constitution. Now what is the main objective of federalism? Why we are working under federalism? Because objective under this, why we adopted federalism type of government? Because this is what the main thing, to safeguard and promote what? Unity of the country. Because nobody should feel like I am dominated by any majority or by any minority. So this is what the federalism, which divides the power and everybody is able to contribute in the decision, and here we are able to safeguard and promote the unity of our country. Second thing, as we all know, diversity is there in India. So these all regional diversity will accommodate with the help of federalism. We are able to come together, we are able to live together, and we are feeling safe to live under one umbrella. That is all because of federalism, which gives every being to be live with freedom and liberty. Okay, so federalism's objective is this. Now what is the most important crucial aspects of an ideal federalism? That are two important. See children, these type of questions I have given you according to slide. May it will be asked for 3 marks, 2 marks. So next I am talking about two crucial aspects of an ideal federalism. What it means? Governments at different levels should agree to some rules of power sharing. It means that when constitution specified or framing the policies and powers between these governments, so when it is extracted, it is with this motto that whether central is there, state is there, or local government is there, the different level should agree. It should not be like this that state will say I will not hear this order of central government, or central will not look after, I will only give the order to the state. No, it's not like that. So what power sharing rules done under the federalism, that should be agree. Next, we are able to work with the successful form of federalism type of system of government. What? Because of this? Because of trust and agreement. trust and agreement between these levels of government. We all people are there, which we all have trust and agreement to live together and must be there, because in that regard only this federalism will work properly, because we have faith on our government and we know that government is the one who is going to do everything for the welfare of the people. So this is under this system, that federalism, where we know that monopoly is not there, power is shared, everybody is there to look after, and because of that only you know that ruling party whether it is there, but opposition party always keeps eye on the work of ruling party. So it means that we works under the frame of power sharing. So this federalism is surely working best in our government, in our system. Now when we talked about it, before I explain you that one type of government is there in US and one type of government is there in UK. What it is, we'll look after the difference. See children, we are going to talk about the federalism. It comes in two types, that is coming together and holding together. Now why this is called as coming together and holding together? It will be clear to you with these points. And children, 3 marks or 5 mark question answers are also asking according to this, what is the difference between coming together, holding together, or separately they will ask you to write down the short notes on coming together and holding together, or they will ask you what are the types of federalism or what is the difference. May it is different questions will be asked you. Just go with first coming together. What it happens under this? Independent states. Okay, independent state, it means that they are not under control of central. Okay, independent states, they all coming together on their own, and what they form? A big unit. Okay, big unit, it means we are talking about a country. A big unit where all independent states are there. How? Increase security by pulling sovereignty and the retaining the identity. These all constituent states, they have equal power. It is not like this more or less. Okay, it is according to all independent states are there, and these all states has their own equal power. It's not like this A, B, C, D, whatever units are there, like A has superior, B has less, C is lesser than this. It's not like this. So what constituent states are there under this unit, they enjoys all equal power. We are talking about which places? Place like USA, Switzerland and Australia, where the subunits, the states work independently, and these people, equal power is there in every states of these country. So here every state enjoys equal power and they are not answerable to the central government. Getting? So this type of government is what? Coming together. What about holding together? Holding together, it means that again a large country decides to divide power between whom? Constitutional unit and the center, as I told you. See, both is federalism only. We are talking about another one, holding together. Hope coming together, all are coming together. Here holding together, we divides the power. How the power is divided? Here in coming together, power is divided equally, but holding together, superior is central, center is more powerful, vice versa the state. Getting? Power divided. See, power division is there under coming together also, holding together also. But power division is what? Power division in coming together, it's equal, and holding together, it's what? Central is more power than the state. Now when we talk about the power in the state also, all state don't have equal powers. So all constituent unit of federation, under this holding together, unequal power is there. We read in coming together in USA, all states independent, not answerable to central government, and power is also equal under coming together. But here what we have seen, unequal power is there. Okay, and they are time to time answerable to central government also. We are talking about our government comes under this holding together. Example is India, Spain, and even though we discussed in the last chapter of Belgium. Coming together and holding together. Now these two governments which works in different form. Hope these two federalism type of system of government is clear to you. Next, now when we talked about if federalism is there, so federalism when it works, so if there is a central government, state government or any provisional government is there. So how they are working? Take example of India. We are coming under holding together, I told you. What we do, first thing is there that our constitution declared India as a union of states, union of state, group of states. We works under three tier of federalism, that is union, state and local panchayat. Okay. We distributed powers as according to legislative power. Threefold distribution of legislative power, that is under union list, state list and concurrent list. We surely will discuss in the next slide. Then what federalism our country do? All states in Indian Union do not have identical power. I told you sub-constituent units are there. These constituent units, when it is divided, it is clearly mentioned that the power will not be equally distributed. Children, in your book example is there of Kashmir, but Jammu Kashmir, but now it is what removed, you know, everyone. So next is example we are able to take of union territory, where union territory is under control of central government, and as it is, so as some of the union territories are according to size very less, so we won't be able to declare them as a state. So these territories are there, they have different powers. Unequal power distribution is there of all union territories which are there. Like Chandigarh you talk about, Delhi has supreme power. So these are different is there. Identical power distribution is not there. So next what we are talking, changes in power sharing has to be passed. Now if we do or we declared any changes in the power of any state, it must be discussed in parliament. And as we know that we are under the democratic form of government, so what? Majority wins. So always whenever a bill passes or a decision passes of any states, it is must go with the majority. What majority is required? 2/3 majority in parliament is required to pass any decisions. So if we do any changes in the power sharing of this constituent unit, it is must to discuss in the parliament, and it is must to discuss, and the voting will be there. And if 2/3 majority of the people from the parliament will give approval, then only it will be applicable. This works under federalism only. Next, in case of any dispute regarding division of power is there, so who will, I told you, will look after? The apex court will take decision, that means Supreme Court. Okay, so our country under the federalism, it works in this form. Now next slide we look after how this power is working. Like if central wants to take decision, in which work or in which work is allotted to central, which work is given to the state, which work is given to the other. So here we'll talk about it, that where central should have to give the decision, where state should have to give their decision, or where they both should have to come together and give the decision. We'll talk under these three lists: union list, state list and concurrent list. Let's we'll do discussion and we'll differentiate also. Now when I'm talking about union list, it means that this is the work of central government, has subject of national importance. It means this all country, all people's decision will be there. Means central when take decision, here the decision will be applicable to all the countries. Okay, so here union list has the subject of every national important aspects. Where I will talk about state list, so has subject of local and state importance. Okay, so local government also comes under state only, because local government extracted from state. Now state, work and local government, these all decision will be taken by, the work will be allotted or given under the state list. Concurrent list, some other work is there where both should have to come together and give their decision. We'll talk about how it is. Now again coming union list, union alone can make laws. Okay, union alone can make laws, because it's what the parliament is there, all working together and thinking about the country only. We only have elected them and let them to sit in the parliament to give decision. So union alone can make laws. State government alone can make laws, but the state level only. It means that Punjab government will not applicable their orders in the Maharashtra, or Maharashtra government won't be able to apply the government in any other states. It means that particular state government alone can make law for their own state. Okay. Some other issues are there where both should have to come together. Both the central and the state can frame law by coming and discussion about it. Like today, if I'll talk about education, the national policy, you know that it is introduced this. So do you think that it is only the monopoly decision of Maharashtra? It is the monopoly decision of any other states? No. This is what, when we talk about education, it is must discussed national level also and local level or state level also. So such a decision should have to be taken by the concern of both powers, central and the state. So these type of works, concurrent list. Children, look after the example. Union list, where we talked about defense, country's security, the border security. Who will see this? Obviously central government. Banking system, currency value, foreign affairs, internal or external communications. This everything is under the control of union list. It means the central government, or I am talking about the union government. Where under every state the police works, you have seen the uniforms of different police at different states. Trade also, like in Maharashtra, there is good production of cotton, pulses, or about the sugarcane. So trade will be according to that. So state will take the decision what I will export in more percentage and what I will import in my state. It depends. So trade also according to state. Trade, commerce, agriculture also depends upon which soil is there, which type of fertility is there, which type of irrigation facility is there. So according to state this works. So whether it is there or not, whether it is there or whether it is needed or not, this is according to state list, they will take decision. Next we'll talk about concurrent lists, where these two will work together. This work like education, you talk about forest, trade. Which trade? Here also state trade, and here this trade we are talking about national international trade. So here both should have to concern, because every state will come together and will decide about it. Union, marriage, adoption, success, this all will be under the system. These two systems, central and state, should have to be come together with common interest and should give their decision about it. So this is what we worked: union list, state list, and concurrent list. Now when this was framed at that time, all topic was divided into these three. But as you know, after the independent, now today lot of things comes out which should be discussed and which is not divided under these three lists. So this type of things, what it calls that? It's called as residuary powers. What residuary powers? This power is given to the central government. Like some other subjects which do not fall under these three lists. Means it is not under the union list, it is not under the state list, it is not under the concurrent list. It is new idea which came after the independence period, when after the constitution frame. So this type of any decision, any workout will come down. So that who has power to talk on this? Residuary power, it is given to whom? Central government. So who will make decision and do the give decision or make law? Union government alone has the power to make law. Example, computer software which was included afterwards. So this was what given to under the residuary power. It is given to the central government and central government implements according to need. So children, this is what we discussed today. The different concurrent list, state list, union list. We discussed about the federalism, the type of government under coming together, holding together. Children, if you have any doubt about these topics, please contact. I have seen many children are contacting to me. I am very happy that you all people are doing study at home. But still I am letting you that you should be very active, and as you all are there, and hope for the best. Soon we will start our school. Okay, thank you.